The boat rocked wildly, and there was no sign of him, no scream, no splash, just the open sea. Adebayo's heart hammered in his chest as he stared at the spot where the man had disappeared. He couldn't hear the other passengers anymore. The storm had swallowed all sounds but the roar of the water, and in that instant, he felt as though the entire world was collapsing in on him. There were no guarantees in this crossing, only uncertainty, and the bitter reality that life on the edge of the sea could be fleeting, just like the waves that came crashing without mercy. As the hours dragged on, the storm only grew more violent. The boat was now half submerged, and the crew was shouting, trying to maintain some semblance of control. The passengers who had been praying were now screaming in panic. The woman with the child, Adebayo could see her trembling, her child clutched tightly against her chest, was now crying uncontrollably, her face pressed into her hands. He thought of Eudora, his little sister, still at home, still waiting for him to return. He thought of the promises he had made to his mother, to himself, to be strong, to get through this, to survive. But in that moment the survival instinct took over, and all that mattered was holding on. Just when Adebayo thought the storm would tear the boat apart, a flicker of hope appeared on the horizon. He saw the lights of another ship, far in the distance, the faint promise of salvation. The crew, though exhausted, shouted excitedly, waving their arms in frantic gestures. The boat rocked one last time, and for a moment, Adebayo was sure they would capsize. But somehow they made it through the worst of the storm. The ship, the rescue ship, drew closer, its lights blinding in the darkness. Adebayo was hauled aboard the larger vessel by crew members in orange life vests. His legs were numb, his mind clouded by the aftershocks of terror, but he could feel the warmth of solid ground beneath his feet, and the collective breath of relief shared by every person who had made it out of the storm alive. But even as he stepped onto the rescue ship, Adebayo felt the weight of what had just happened. The lives lost, the bodies left behind in the sea. The storm had been a reminder that survival was not guaranteed. And yet he had made it. For now.